Ooh, it smells like 10 cups of coffee.
It's the second biggest buck I ever shot. Using a drone is it's the last thing that I can do.
After we see it, you just gotta leave it lay there and rot.
Coyotes are eating good tonight. So where is that line, do you think?
You should probably ask your lawmakers. How's it going, folks? Mike with Drone Deer Recovery. We are getting ready to head to Illinois to look at a carcass. We're not gonna do any recovery in the state of Illinois. We're only gonna look at the carcass and show the hunter what we can do. We're gonna get this loaded up and head up to the coffee shop on our way out there, get us some espresso, and we'll see you guys out there. Let's go in here and get us some espresso. Cameraman Landon is telling me about these espresso. Ooh, it smells like 10 cups of coffee all dumped together.
This is Mike's first time.
Yeah, this is the first time ever.
He's a black coffee guy. He ordered a double Cubano. Have this first.
And what is this?
Just cleanse the palate. Sparkling water or something.
That's not good.
This is the espresso. Tell me, what do you taste? Smooth, bitter?
It's smooth, but it is a little bitter, but I like it. Let's hit the road. Had my first espresso. Alrighty, we're just pulling up here to the hunter's location. He's been waiting on us for a while, so I'm sure he's stressed out because he can't find his big buck he hit. And I've been there. It's stressful if you can't find him. Man, the leaves are nice. Man, he's got a cool little place back here. Oh, he's sipping coffee. He's stressed out. I can tell he's stressed. How's it going? I'm Mike with Drone Deer Recovery. I have to tell you right off the rip, I can probably locate your carcass for you, but you're not allowed to recover it. Are you aware that your state is telling you that?
I mean, you told me that before, when we were on the phone, but what do you mean by not recover it?
They don't allow this technology to be used to recover the carcass, but if we're flying and we see it, you can look at it, but you can't go get it.
I want to find this buck. It's the second biggest buck I ever shot. He's probably a 170. I think I got a good shot on him. I followed the blood. He's dead somewhere. I know he's dead. You're saying if you help me find him.
Yeah, with this technology, if you're using a drone, you cannot use it to recover the carcass. So we can go look, but...
Okay, but I was out all night. I searched the woods, had 4 buddies out. We canvassed everything. We can't find him. I think he's dead because I got a lung shot. So basically, using a drone is it's the last thing that I can do.
Yeah, we're gonna find him. Like, this technology is that good that if your buck is dead out there, we'll find him. But just know that you can't go, you can't recover it. Like, after we see it, you just gotta leave it lay there and rot. That's your best option.
You're pranking me.
No, that's what the state wants us to do, is just leave them rot. Don't use the technology to recover your carcass. You can look at it.
But there's other states that let you recover?
Oh yeah, yep, we're from Ohio. Our state came around, they understand the technology, where it's going, they're backing it. It just makes sense in the industry to use it. I knew you were depressed when I pulled up. You're sipping your coffee, you're like, this is so depressing, and now I'm giving you this news.
But you know what? I shot a deer. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, you need closure.
Would it be okay if I took a photo of it?
Maybe if you're watching my screen, you can take a photo, but we're not gonna go pick it up and take a photo. Can't do that.
So, and then after you leave, I'm not allowed to pick it up tomorrow?
No, just leave it there, rot, let the coyotes eat it. Never go get the antlers, because then you'd still be recovering it, so just leave it there. Maybe walk past it when you're mushroom hunting, take a good look at it and just leave it there.
Basically, where I'm at is I'm never gonna be able to recover this deer anyways, because I can't find it. So it's either I get some level of closure.
So what we can do is, if we find your carcass, at least you can go shoot another one.
It is still early season. Probably won't get one that's big.
Okay, let's launch this drone. Basically, you said it was about 200 to 300 yards that way.
It's so thick, it's hard to walk through there, but it's somewhere out there.
Yeah, we'll find it, no doubt about it.
And it's not the first time I've shot a deer. It's just hard to track. The terrain, it's mountainous and...
Know that you're gonna have to control yourself. You cannot go recover this thing.
Second biggest deer I ever shot.
Just look at it. When you look at it on the screen, just look at it.
Hey, what's up, Jay? I am here. This drone guy showed up. I can't actually go recover this thing. So it's either I can at least show you the antlers, I can send you a picture, or I just let it rot. Illinois, I guess, is different than other states, but this is how it is here in Illinois. So, but I will at least send you a picture of the antlers because, dude, I'm telling you, it was big. It was bigger than the one that you shot. So if nothing else, then I'll send you a photo. But then, even though I'll know exactly where it is, I won't be able to actually go recover it. So I guess the coyotes are eating good tonight.
Yeah, good.
So dumb. Anyways, I'll send you a photo soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, see it.
Here we go. That's probably a deer right there.
It's right there.
No, I don't know if that's his, but there's a deer right there. Those doe are always back there.
You see, that's where it's so thick to go back in there.
Yeah, you couldn't even see it.
Literally be laying in the bush just 100 feet from here.
This might be it right here.
Man, there's a lot of stuff back there. No way, is that it?
That's it?
Dude, that is a big buck. Dude, can you get closer? I want to see that thing.
We'll get closer.
Let me get an angle. What?
There it is, but you can't go get it.
No, but it's dead.
Yes,
It is sprawled out dead, straight
flat,
out dead.
laying flat. See, it's not even far back there, but with this technology, you can see so far. Yeah, unfortunately, just leave it lay there and rot. How's that make you feel?
It makes no sense.
Yeah,
Like,
nope.
I don't understand. It's lying there, I see where it is. Why does the state not want you to go actually recover it and use the meat? Why do they make the meat rot, and why can't I go get the buck that's right there?
It doesn't make any sense.
Is it just because the technology is new and they're working on updating the laws?
I guess they said they're not going to change their laws whatsoever. Yeah, they like it the way it is.
Mike, can I go back there and actually just take pictures of it? Like, can I get a selfie with the antlers and with the deer itself, as long as I let the meat rot?
I'm not going to give you locations because I don't want to be held responsible, but good luck finding it. Take a picture from it.
So maybe
like,
I can take a picture, but just anything that is actually
just don't pick it
covered.
up. Yeah,
Touch it.
don't move it. Yep.
So where is that line, do you think?
You should probably ask your lawmakers.
So if I call the game warden here, Bob, I know him. If I call him, is he going to tell me the same thing? I can't go out and pick up the frickin' deer I shot.
That's
It's
what
laying in my property.
Yep, that's what he's going to tell you.
If I would have found that same deer with the dog, if the dogs would have worked, I would have been able to pick it up.
Yes, yep.
Just because it's with the thermal drone.
You can't do it. See, I found your carcass back there. I'm going to go ahead and pack this up.
15 minutes. I appreciate you coming out.
Not a problem.
It helps me at least get closure for this deer. I can prove to my friends I actually shot it. Makes me feel better that he's actually dead. It was a decent shot.
Hey, just look at the positive. You're feeding the coyote.
But doesn't the law say you have to make every reasonable effort to recover a carcass then?
Every reasonable effort, just not using this technology.
Now, can I go shoot another deer now? I mean, is that
I suppose you can.
illegal for me to recover this one? I can't tag it because that would require actually
Recovering it.
know that I feel right about shooting another deer.
Yeah, most hunters don't, but if that's what the state is putting you in, then. Okay, well, I'm gonna pack this thing up, head back to Ohio. I wish you best of luck. May the odds ever be in your favor, and yeah, just leave it out there to rot.
Okay, will do.
All right, we're back in the studio. The hunter actually followed us in from Illinois because we want to dissect this thing a little bit further about the whole stance on the IDNR.
Glad to be back in Ohio, Mike.
Yeah.
Nice
Thanks
studio
for,
you got here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So where do we even start on this?
I think where we started this is, like, we just did kind of a little comedy skit, but there's a pretty serious issue here, right? From a conservationist perspective, the idea of limiting the amount of deer that can be recovered and harvested, it's crazy to me to think that an agency would take steps to limit that.
Yeah. Obviously, when the laws were written, they were written a long time ago, and they did not think that the technology would get to the point where it is now, that we can actually help with conservation and help with recovery of carcasses.
I mean, yeah, and it kind of makes sense, right? Like when cell phone cams come on, trail cams, you know, when all of those other technologies are available, even like dog tracking, it's not too much in the past where laws have actually been like regulated that.
Yeah, they had to evolve. Dog tracking came along, those laws had to evolve.
Yeah, laws have to evolve. I think that's the main point, is laws have to evolve. And for me, it's disappointing to see, like, we're gonna put the interpretation of the IDNR, the specific law that they're citing to interpret as saying the use of a drone in the recovery of a carcass is illegal. It's disappointing to us, obviously disappointing to dozens of hunters and different people that have reached out from the state of Illinois, DMs, emails, you know, what are you guys doing? You know, this is a technology that would have helped hundreds of hunters this season recover deer carcasses that will now never be found. And it's not because dogs, great tool to use.
Yeah.
For some scenarios, fantastic. But in some scenarios, drones are just far better.
Yeah, it should be an option. If the technology is able to help recover a carcass that otherwise would go, you know, to waste, why not utilize it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yep.
The whole, is it part of fair chase and the ethics behind it? You know, we could start talking about the ethics of using a trail cam that sends a photo right to your phone
Instantly.
There's so many things that have progressed in the years that we've been in this hunting, because it's more of a sport at this point than it is doing it for survival.
I think we don't want to minimize the job that the IDNR has of maintaining fair chase. It's a complicated, law. They have a hard job. Let's give them that. There's a lot to do, and maintaining fair chase is essential, and we're all for that. I think they're making an error in not separating out the recovery of a carcass with the pursuing or hunting of an animal. And so we're gonna throw up the law here on the screen. And I want you guys to see that this was from a statement just published last week. You probably saw it in the news. Jed Whitchurch said this: "Not only is drone use for hunting unlawful in Illinois, it goes against the spirit of fair chase and widely accepting hunting ethics." And to this, we say 100% you're right. If anybody's using a drone with thermal or non-thermal and they're using it, have an eye in the sky to go hunt, shoot a deer, totally out of the realms of, those people should be heavily penalized.
Yes, we totally agree that would go against the spirit of fair chase. When the drone is in the air guiding somebody in, shoot an animal, totally. Does not make sense.
Agency is doing a really good job prohibiting that. We're 100% in agreement. The actual law, the way it's written, Mike, is unlawful to take, pursue, or intentionally harass or disturb in any manner any wild birds or mammals by use or aid of a vehicle, conveyance, or unmanned aircraft as defined in the Illinois Aeronautics Act. The 4 words there, big ones: take, pursue, harass, disturb. And the agency is right about this. Again, it's just them trying to say we should not use drones to hunt, to scout. This is the actual law as it's written. The statement that we read before was, their interpretation.
On this law where it says it's unlawful to take, that's where they're trying to stand, I believe. Now, this is not legal advice. They're trying to say that take, the portion of recovering the carcass will fall underneath take.
Yeah, and that's where we believe there has to be clear separation between what is the recovery of a carcass that's already dead. And if we're missing something here, help us understand, put it in the comments. But how does a dead carcass, or a carcass that is thought to be dead, how is it in the benefit of the state or the hunter to prohibit the use of technology to go recover that carcass, to harvest that meat?
And use a tag that
and use a tag. And then what is a hunter supposed to do? If he shoots a deer, isn't able to find it, he's gonna go shoot another one, as he should, right?
Well, that's then perspective as well, because some hunters won't. When a hunter shoots anything, they draw blood. Some hunters say, I'm not gonna go tag another animal. But there are folks that will go out and shoot another animal. So it's not one way or the other, but it's like, it doesn't make sense. You're gonna limit where your tag goes.
Yeah, and we should also point out that you flying a drone above your own property at 400 feet, it does not harass or disturb game.
No, it's like my airplane, right? I'm allowed to fly over your property out in areas that are not heavily populated. I can fly at 500 feet.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that an airplane is louder than this drone is that we're flying.
Yep.
So to try to say that we're disturbing wildlife.
And it's especially not intentionally harassing or disturbing them. There's so many other valid uses for drones, like imagery, mapping, ag. There's so many other things that drones will be used for that are valid uses. If you're out flying a drone on your own property, really, it doesn't even have to be your own property, but I'm just saying if it is your own property, then it's even more unthinkable that an agency like the IDNR can come and say you should not be taking photos of your lake, your pond, with your drone on your property. That's not illegal, right? What's illegal is to take, pursue, or intentionally harass or disturb. So if you're in the woods with the FPV drone and making the deer move and stuff like that, illegal, should not be allowed. What gets me, Mike, is that when you apply the law overall like that, the people that are trying to provide a professional service of use to the hunters are going to abide by it.
Yeah.
The guys who this is supposed to stop,
they're still going to do it.
A law is not going to stop them.
Yeah, correct. So if you're a bad person, you're still going to do bad things.
This is the exact same logic people use to ban guns.
Yeah.
Take means hunt, shoot, pursue, lure, kill, destroy, capture, gig, or spear, trap, or ensnare, harass, or attempt to do so. And again, this is taken from the Illinois law. The comedic bit that we did it before outside was just it's not actually illegal to fly a drone and look at your property to find a deer. You spot deer, you can count the herd on your property. It's not illegal. What's illegal is to then go hunt that. And what we believe is ethically correct is to put limitations on after a drone has flown above your property, you shouldn't hunt or pursue or kill or take an animal on that property until the following day.
Yeah.
In Illinois, this was actually a bill that was proposed back in 2017 and then never actually made it into law. But we believe this is the best way to regulate a new technology and also to limit the misbehavior of people and still be able to penalize people who are out there hunting with a drone. Should not be allowed.
Yep.
Explain to me, Mike, how recovering a deer carcass might fall under the definition of the word take here.
I just don't see it. The hunt has already taken place by the time you hire a drone deer recovery operator, is because I thought that it is now a carcass and the take has already been taking place. Once we come out there and we locate the carcass, I don't see where it falls under this category of take.
And what we were trying to demonstrate is that if you were to theoretically hire a drone operator to locate your carcass, at that point, our understanding is that if the act of recovering a carcass is what's illegal, nothing illegal has happened if you're just taking photos of your property, you see the deer, and at that point, there's two laws, right? You have to make every reasonable effort to go recover the carcass, which just common sense, ethically, hunters know this. This is what you should do. So you have that law, and then you also have the law of saying, well, now you can't use a drone. Not in the aid of hunting. That happened, last night. That happened yesterday afternoon. Now it's the next day, the carcass is dead. You may not use the information that technology is giving you on where that carcass is to go recover it.
So, the bit we were doing is, okay, then let's not recover it. Let's just leave it there to rot.
Illegal, right? So this is the main point, right? Illinois has adopted laws to cover these things. Cell and trail cams, food plots, and even like tracking and recovery with dogs.
Yeah, because at one time, tracking and recovering a carcass with dogs was not legal, but they went ahead and they adopted it because they seen that it was for the better of the sport. And again, it's about a sport. This is not about survival at this point.
Exactly. Yep. We would feel differently if it was just the state saying, or the department saying, we don't have enough time to yet fully put in place laws that are going to allow for the use of this technology while also protecting fair chase.
Yeah.
The actual stance of the department, which is very, very concerning to us, is at this point, the IDNR has no plans to initiate a statutory change. That's unthinkable. Like, that's probably what most concerns us. This is not a department that is saying, give us time to regulate this. It's a department that's saying, we see no reason to change anything about this. It could be, Mike, that you and I are totally, off on the deep end and we're missing something obvious or we're crazy. But it could also be that this is actually the voice of hundreds of hunters in the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
And we want to find out what you guys in the state of Illinois think. So we've created a online petition and we just want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. The last thing, Mike, is the more that we do this, the more that we find out about how many people are actually wounding animals and never talking about it.
It's literally happening every day.
Think about it. If you get a shot that you think is a good shot, ends up not being a good shot, you're not going to be bragging about it at the bar tonight.
But you will talk about it if you're able to use this technology then to come out and at least get closure. What if the deer didn't die? You can at least inspect it and be like, you know what, that was a high shoulder hit. He's not going to die. He will come back. You will talk about that. What you won't talk about is, I hit a monster. Don't know if it died or not. It's out there.
So guaranteed hundreds or thousands of deer in the state of Illinois this year will be wounded, will be shot, will not be talked about. Hunters are going to go out there, do whatever they want to do, whether it's shoot another deer or not. But these are all recoverable animals.
Yes.
Most of them could be found with technology.
Yeah. The whole thing about this is, let's sign this petition, folks. You're hunters. If you don't think that this should be allowed, then don't sign it. If you are somebody that believes that this should be signed, go ahead, sign it. Let's make the voices be heard in Illinois. So that's all we can do at this point. If we don't get enough signatures, so be it. Then we won't do it. And the IDNR wins their case in the state of Illinois. You guys have seen these videos. You guys have shown huge support of this new technology on YouTube. October 9th or October 14th of last year was the first time we released a video, and you guys have just embraced it. I think this is the best way to do it.
And we know the agency has a tough job regulating everything. I can't even begin to believe or understand how complicated that is.
Yeah.
We're just respectfully asking if enough signatures get added to this petition that you reconsider the possibility of creating regulation around this and creating a way to prevent hunting with the drone while allowing recovery of a carcass with the drone. It's the way of the future. It's going to happen. Most states are going to embrace this. Disappointing to see Illinois is not. Yeah, really curious to see what happens.
Time will tell. That's all we can do.
Regardless of this season is going to be wild.
It's already been wild. So we've started, all across the country. There's stuff in PA, North Carolina, Indiana, Wisconsin. We have operators in multiple different states. We're already doing deer recoveries. They're coming. We feel like we had to get this video out there
Yeah.
so we can try to help you guys in Illinois.
To all you hunters, we're coming up with brand new ways of featuring your stories on our channel. So if you have a deer, you need it recovered, call us, share with you how you can tell your story on our channel, even a conversation with Mike or one of our team members. But we really want to highlight our incredible operators in over 15 states now that are providing the service to hunters.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
If you need a deer recovered, go to dronedeerrecovery.com, fill out the form. We'll get you guys in touch with the closest operator there. And like he said, maybe we'll feature you guys on our YouTube channel.
Thanks, guys.
On to the next one.